What do you thought about Luke's season and his career?
Well, his season I think has been really good. It's been very consistent. He's just hit right around 300 all year, and been a little above it, maybe a slide below it, and taking his walks. He's just been such a presence in that 3, 4, 5 hole for us most of the year, and he usually eats up a lot of pitchers' pitches, fouling pitches off, and working counts, and just like I said last week after the game the other night, he's been a real professional type hitter, and he really handled his role well of being a DH this year, and it's something I talked to him about last summer that we got a couple of guys coming back that have started, good defenders. We got a couple coming in, and if they hit, they're probably going to be a little better defensively than Luke because of speed, and he said he didn't care, and he never complained one time about DHing. Well, I was just going to say on his career, I mean, just pretty much steady Eddie guy, same personality, same makeup, and just he's been a great teammate. I'll tell you that. We've loved having him in our program.
What's been the difference in Texas from what you've gathered from afar since they left here?
Well, I think they're a lot better. I think we're better. I think that we caught them right after they just played Stanford 4 games, and I think they won the first game of that series and lost 3 straight, and a little upset. I think we caught them, in one of those, weeks or two that, just about every program has where, things aren't going your way and you just lose some games. And we had that week and weekend, and I think, just from watching them, they're a lot more confident, and, what they did there at the end of conference play and got on a roll and won the conference championship was big for them, and, that's carried over into the postseason.
What does Eric Cole provide for you as a leadoff guy?
Well, once we put him back in the leadoff spot, it just seemed like Eric was he was real comfortable there. We started winning a little bit more, I think, and just consistency. He gets into counts a little bit, and he took his walks, fouled off a lot of pitches, and scored a lot of runs. And I don't know, because we were juggling that position a little bit, and just kind of made a decision to go with them, and kind of the way we did it last year, and he liked it, and I just think it made it easy to write the lineup every day.
It seems to me like right now you're 9 and you're 1 and 2 are all guys who could be in the leadoff position. What do you think about that?
Yeah.
That stretch in your order?
Yeah, they are, and I mean that's when you get to maybe the second or even in the third inning, those guys coming up, you feel like you can get something going, and and then you take Cole, who can hit the ball out of the park and drive in some runs there. So, we tried a few of those guys there, and Bigger's hit 1 hole, 2 hole in his career, and Cole the same way. He's hit 3 hole as well, and I don't know. It's a good setup for our lineup.
To see Cody Clemens hit 25 home runs as a second baseman, what makes him special?
Well, first off, he doesn't get cheated. When he sees a pitch he likes, he lets it go, and he hadn't been missing it. He's in a groove right now, that's for sure. When he took batting practice here those couple of days, I was really impressed with him, and his at-bats were good. And I think he's really learned how to work the counts and look for a pitch, and if he doesn't get it, he takes it, especially early in the count. And, like I said, I think when you're going as good as he is, when he gets something in his zone, he's just hammering it.
Yeah, you played Texas as a player in the old SWC. You coached against him on the staff. You coached against him in the World Series. Just kind of what does playing Texas mean to you?
Well, I think it's really more fun for our fans than, to me, it's just another great team that we have to try to beat to move on. And, there is obviously just a lot of history because we played them so much in league play in the, back in the day. So I don't know. I don't feel like it's anything different than playing Virginia or LSU or any of them. When you get up there, you need to play well. I just think maybe it means a little bit more to our fan base because they're so familiar with Texas from the past.
The job you did this year, the coaches we talked about it, the players, of keeping these guys rolling with the expectations. What was that like, and how much fun was it to
Well, it was fun. Obviously, when you have good players and you come to the park every day and you think, man, we got a really good chance to win today if we play good, and sometimes if you're not real talented, you can play good and still get beat, but if we played good, we won most of the games. And the guys were fun to be around. There were some mature guys that they knew me real well, and I knew them. And you can count on them and trust them. And then the new guys just really adapted. And I think the older guys did a really good job of handling the younger players and keeping them grounded, and not like they weren't anyway, but I think they helped there. And I don't know, when there's high expectation, there's a little more pressure, and you just have to figure out how to handle it. And I think the players helped me handle it personally by playing well.
You recruit players so far in advance. You had a chance to talk to Vitello or Jordan this week.
Yep.
About putting this team together.
Well, I called Tony on the way home, and after that game, about 11 o'clock at night, and he really appreciated it, and just thanked him for all of his hard work and helping getting some of these players in here. And he was real good about it. He said, hey, it was a team effort, and you got a lot of those guys, and backed me up on some of those guys. And text back and forth with Jordan, telling him, hey, I appreciate it. Some of your guys are still here. And his comment was, it's good to see those guys continue to get better. And so to me, you got to give credit where credit's due. And I feel like if I can get some decent players, I can handle them a little bit. But you got to get guys that can get them, and we all go out there and look, and then you got to talk them into coming here. And it's gone pretty good over the last 10 years.
For Wes and Nate, their last game at their previous schools, they lost the Super Regional.
Yep.
What's it like to get them to this?
Yeah, that was something that I had been talking to my wife Karen about, that kind of down the stretch, is that I want to get these players there, but I really want to get these coaches there as well, because they've never been. I've been, and it's I tried not to think about it, to be honest with you, but when you lose a game, you're thinking you're one game away from going or going home. You start to think about it a little bit. You have to try to put it out of your mind. And but I was really happy for those coaches, and I know they were ecstatic after the game. They really started to sit in. Hey, we're going to Omaha.
Jax, before he got hurt, he had been struggling a little bit, but since he came back, he's really been tearing it up for you. Can an injury like that break bad habits?
Well, I think what it did for him, it gave him a chance to get off the side and see it, appreciate the game, see that, hey, this game's okay, I'm all right. He was trying too hard, Junior year, wanted to help the team out, wants to play pro ball. He could go on. And I think he got off to the side and said, hey, I'll be good. I can't wait to get back. And he's just swung the bat a lot better.
How much fun is it coaching, playing a game on Father's Day, and there'll be a lot of fathers in the stands?
Yeah. Well, I mean, just from everything I've been told, our game's just about sold out, and tickets are ridiculously priced right now, and there's a lot of excitement around that game. I think it's Father's Day, that's part of it, and there's going to be some families going out there for Father's Day. It's just such a great event. You have to almost see it to believe it, and the atmosphere around the ballpark leading up to it is so fun for the players and the fans, and I just think the atmosphere is going to be over the top.
How big is tomorrow with the practice at 1, getting out there on the park, and you got tomorrow night with the fireworks show?
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about that. Our practice tomorrow is, we only get 50 minutes. We don't want it to feel rushed, so we'll just kind of pregame it, just get used to the surface and the sun and just the surroundings, and then have a better practice on Saturday over at Creighton. And then the event tomorrow night, it's going to be awfully hot, but it's awful special when you get to go eat, and then they walk you into the stadium as a team, and you're just thinking, man, we're one of 8 teams that are still here, and this is pretty cool. And I just feel very fortunate to be a part of it.
Dave, you knew Blaine was going to be good when he came back, but has he been even better than you could have expected?
Oh yeah, I mean, he's been great, and he's even been good when he hasn't been good. I mean, he keeps us in the game, and we find a way to keep it close. And he got a few no decisions. We came back and took the lead after we'd already kind of taken him out, and we hadn't hit yet, but we knew he wasn't going back out. And we'd get him another win, and the letter he wrote last year, that was pretty awesome. When he tweeted that out, or about, and I think he said something about see you in Omaha, and here we are, and he's getting rewarded, and he's going to get the ball, and it's great.
How confident are you guys in the whole team when Blaine's starting?
Well, I mean, I've said that about 15 times this year. When Blaine's on the mound, we seem to play pretty good defense. We seem to just stay in every game, and he keeps us in the game, and we're very confident. We think we're going to win every time he goes out there.
On the surface, this first part of the World Series looks like the regional. It's a double elimination, 4 teams, but you get the extra day off. How much does that help your pitching in this round?
Well, because we had to play that extra day. A few teams on our side had to play again on Monday, and it's just about evened up from looking at it. But it definitely helps. I mean, no doubt about it. I'm not going to say it doesn't. It takes you get to slow everything down a little bit from even travel. I know some of the teams that play Saturday, they're already there. They got there yesterday. So it just gives us a day to kind of decompress from the weekend and kind of get our feet back underneath us and get ready to roll.
Back when the Mississippi State sweep and there were fans acting like it was the end of the world, kind of what does that say that both teams are in Omaha?
Well, I try to tell people that Mississippi State was a very good team, and they just got off to a bad start. They had some dysfunctional things going on at the beginning of their season and a lot of distractions, but they had good players and good talent, and they didn't get to practice at home much. They got an incredible ballpark being built right now, and that's probably why they had to play the Super Regional on the road. And yeah, they got us 3 times, and 2 of those games were quick games and quick turnover because of weather, and we just didn't win. I mean, it happens in baseball, and I think people that follow this game realize that you can be better than somebody, and they still can get after you and beat you. It's it's a different sport than football, when usually if you don't turn the football over and you're bigger and better, you're going to hammer them. It might take you 2 quarters to get it figured out, but you're going to get them. In this game, there's a lot going on with base hits and balls that don't drop in that you hit hard, then they drop one in that hits hard, or that's flared in. I mean, it's just a different dynamic game. I mean, it's just the way it works. But yeah.
Have you gotten a scouting report on Kingham? Have they announced Kingham? And
they haven't announced him yet, really. We've kind of heard that's who they're going with. I mean, we know all the numbers on him and know his velocity, and we've got a scouting report on him. I've seen him pitch a little bit. So I think they threw him the first game this past weekend, and they threw him the last inning to get through that thing. So, as far as we know, they're going to throw him, but it wouldn't surprise me if they change their mind. Whoever we get, we'll just prepare as best we can for and try to get them.
That's it. Thanks, guys.